What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and welcome back to the walkthrough. So, on to part 4 of the Ring City Streets. First thing we're going to do is circle out this way, go to the left, and we're going to get ourselves the White Preacher Hood. So pretty creepy fashion item here, just to put it on for those that want to take a peek at this thing. Yeah, not a big fan of it myself, but I mean, I'm sure some people would be excited to wear it. But there are some really good things we're going to be getting in this episode. So anyway, first thing we're going to be doing is heading on over to that ladder from before, and we're heading on up. So as you can see, some heralds will spawn out of the edge of the swamp right there. We can use them to our advantage later, but for now at least we're just going to ignore them. All the way up. So this was the preacher that was talking to us earlier. If you want, you can go up and get a couple of fair pieces of dialogue. Once again, as I mentioned, a lot of these preachers, they'll just talk about the various NPCs of Dark Souls. So there's going to be a lizard you're going to see right here. He wants to lure you into the knights. We're going to completely ignore him. There's a couple knights over there. We'll tackle them in a bit. But before that, we're going to be going this way. Now, up ahead here is going to be Lido. I'm going to let you guys know in advance, Lido hits like a truck. Very easy to die to Lido. I'd suggest trying to run through and get a backstab. Oh, he juked it. Do not let his hammer hit you. That thing is capable of doing ridiculous amounts of damage. So we're going to try and bait him in. This is going fairly well. That was possibly the cleanest fight I've ever had against Lido. I can't believe how smooth that went. And now we have his Great Hammer, the weapon I've been waiting to get. So, very powerful weapon. 60 strength required. This thing hits like a frickin' truck. We're not going to be using it this episode, of course. I need to get it fully upgraded first, but that will be getting used at some point during this walkthrough. So after, just checking my notes, it's like a truck outside on ledge is 2 chunks. So yeah, come out here, get our 2 chunks. Out on Lido's ledge, I don't believe there was anything. Yeah, no. But the hammer does some crazy stuff. Just watch out for it. Some fairly, I mean, I guess just to show it real fast, because I know some people are going to be like, I didn't know what to expect. The weapon art of it. When those rocks shatter and they go everywhere, it hurts really bad. So anyway, after that, this is, we want to go, oh, wrong way. After that, you want to run out from where you came in. No, that is the right way. What am I doing? There it is. Drop down to the ledge. Drop down to the ledge. Drop down to the ledge. Drop down to this ledge. And here is the Havel's Ring +3. Oh yeah, more weight ratio, which means I can upgrade to higher tier fashion. I think this has more poise than before, correct? Oh no, this one has even more. I'm going back. Daddy's going back to his exile mask. Alright. Though I will say, Gunder's looks good. I mean, with this look, what do you guys think? How does this look? It's like a poor man Gunder's. I'll go to my exile. Exile was what I originally used this build. So anyway, from here you can go all the way down. And we're going to go back up the ladder at this point. So after the ladder, we're going to be fighting 2 ring knights. I'd suggest you try to bait one over. Following that, we're going to get a covetous gold +3 ring, and then we're going to meet Lap again. Come on. You can kick them off the bridge, but I'd be kind of weary of that tactic. That is the shield that does knockback, and for whatever reason it does super knockback for them, whereas it does minimal knockback for us as the player. You got lots of space here though, so... Oh no, I am pinched. Oh no, and I'm dead. So a little bit unfortunate there. Ideally, you want to get one of those knights to come across the bridge before the other one shows up, just because of how deadly they can be in pairs. As you saw there, even with my great shield, they were able to absolutely burn through my stamina very quickly. So it's kind of a race against time, if you will. You really need to be able to burn the first knight down before the second one shows up. Now, that's not to say it's impossible if you're fighting both at the same time. Let's grab this real fast over here. If I remember correctly, I believe this is a chunk. It's either a chunk or it's a soul item. Yeah, it's a soul item. I'm hoping my souls are back up top. They should be. They're up top or they're right below. But I don't see them around that corner, so I'm assuming they'll be right up here where I died. Yep. This dude is just insistent on slow walking. We're gonna make this little, we're gonna be a little cheeky here. Alright, cheekiness has failed. I was gonna try and knock him off, but that clearly did not work. Man, I hate fighting two of you at once. And it looks like we may have derped them out a little bit. Alright, with the first knight dead, now we can take down the second one with ease. Frickin' knights, man. So brutal. Anyway, now that they are out of the way, I'm going to go back across the bridge. Right down there is that area with all the cursed guys that we came from earlier. Don't worry about that. We're going to go this way. Run over to here. Come on. Oh, he's not coming. Whatever. So we'll go in here, grab this. This is our covetous gold silver serpent ring +3. And here's Lap again. So right now he wants to know where the purging monument is. We can't get that until a little bit later. We are going to get that in this area, but we can't right now. So from here, you want to homeward bone on out, and we're going to go back to the bonfire. Now it's time to tackle the Judicator. So you should already be familiar with Judicators at this point. Kill our Locust first. Only two real attacks to watch out for. There's that one where he sprays stuff out of his bum at you, and then he does that. But all in all, they're not bad. They're very very vulnerable to hitting them from the side. And we're gonna buff up here because I'm gonna be running straight in at Judicator to try and kill him. I want to get in as fast as possible and damage him before he has a chance to summon up archers. I want him summoning the melee guys, the dark sword guys, which is why we're running straight in. And it's actually good that he attacked, because him attacking is him not ringing his gong. It's much easier to deal with that. Alright, let's kill a couple of these little locusts. These guys aren't a huge threat, they're more just annoying than anything else. But now with the Judicator dead, this area is a lot easier to explore. Like, way, way easier. You don't got to worry about the archers or any of that crazy shit attacking you. So we'll go over here, get that chunk. There's 3 other soul items just in the vicinity. We picked up one. One is right there. Actually, this should be the Preacher's Arm, maybe? No, that's the soul item. Preacher's Arm is on this, though. There we go. Preacher's right arm. You can hear all the locusts going crazy after us right now. Curve to the right for our ringed knight straight sword. Weapon you should all be very familiar with by now after fighting all those guys. Yeah, you can see they like to partake. They also have a grab attack. I didn't mention that. They can grab you and nom on you like they're vampires or something. Which you're going to see right now. Bad Preacher. They're so annoying, mainly because they have very high aggro ranges. Like, they'll keep following you for quite a while, which is why I'm getting rid of them now. Alright, now this one, of course, he isn't attacking. This is another lore locust, we'll call him. You can keep talking to him, get all kinds of interesting tidbits of the lore. So we're going to go straight across the swamp from here. There's a lone locust that's going to be guarding a twinkling titanite. We're going to take him out first. Right over there. This is the other soul item we were missing. We'll take out this locust. Basically, any locust that you can lock onto. As you can see, they do have quite a high damage potential if you're not careful. That works well enough. Now this one basically wants you to attack him from behind. Just so he can do his bum spray, whatever you want to call it. Come on, stop it. And even not behind him, he still got me with it. Another thing worth noting, as you can see right there, even despite blocking, this attack still can grab you. Fortunately, it doesn't seem that threatening. I mean, it does do a good chunk of damage, but it's nothing that's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I mean, and for the most part, once you get up on him, you can kind of just get him into a corner and beat him down. Pretty easy stuff. Alright, so go ahead and get that twinkling titanite. And we're going to go up here, straight up this tower first. There's a turtle monk waiting for us. We'll take him out. Get rid of that locust. And we got a couple other turtle monks we're going to fight, so you just want to move real fast to kill these guys. You don't want to give them a chance to put their circles around you. Here's the first. Worry about the items after. Here's our second. Here's the last one. With all of them dead, we can go ahead and grab up our items. We got a chunk and a new bow. White birch bow. Nothing too amazing about it. It can shoot an invisible arrow. But aside from that, you know, just decent bow all around. Nothing really that's like, oh my god, this is great. But, you know, it's a bow. It's good. Also, I didn't show you guys the Preacher's Arm. Pretty interesting weapon. It's basically well, it functions as a staff, but the weapon art allows you to do the stabby thing that you kept seeing all the locusts do to me. Definitely an interesting mage-style weapon with the A scaling and int, though, so something to keep in mind if you're playing a mage build. So from here, we're going to go down. Got another monk, going to take him out. Here we're going to grab some white branches, and you're going to need these to solve a puzzle we have coming up in a second. So after that, we have a church over here, surrounded by monks, but these ones aren't hostile, at least immediately. So it allows you to them up and just pancake all of them in a row. Now, one thing I want to point out while we're over here is there's a bunch of locusts right by this big crystal structure. As long as you don't go over there, they won't come over here. I'd almost suggest just avoiding it, otherwise you're going to fight all of them. And here we get the Church Guardian Shiv. It's basically an unlimited use throwing knife that costs FP. Now we're going to go over here and fight the Dragon Slayer Armor. So I find him to be super easy mode with a shield. There's also 2 scales nearby. You can see those on the ground. One here, run over there closer to him. Alright, so actually ignore what I just said about having him fight the Heralds. Someone mentioned that you could get him to do it. I just tried. I got him all the way over there and they would not fight. So I'm going to go on and put that down as unconfirmed. It did look like the Dragon Slayer armor was trying to target the Heralds, but I just couldn't quite get them to duke it out with each other. So at the end of the day, just beat him down. You know, pretty standard of the fight, except that he doesn't have the Pilgrim Butterfly helping him. As I said, with a shield, you can kind of just circle around, block all his stuff, and then attack during his vulnerables phases. And that's the end of him. But hey, look at that. Now you got the Iron Dragon Slayer armor. Something people have wanted since the release of the game. So make sure you go ahead and pick up the Titanite scales following that. As I mentioned, there's 2 over here. Let me just check in my notes. Okay. So continuing on from there, should have a soul item over by one of these trees. Is it this tree? Might have picked that up already. I'm hoping I didn't. Let me see. Yeah, go left to the cathedral. Oh yeah, there should be a soul item by the tree and then a chunk by the rock. Ah, there. That's the one I wanted. And then up here is the chunk. So next we got the cathedral. We're going to go left of it. We can get the Black Witch Gale. Another preacher. Once again, stay to the side. Makes it a lot easier to take these annoying things down. And now we got a bunch of ring knights. So we're going to run left first and kill this one. That's the veil we want. Shit out of here. Alright. Now we can kite over these knights if we want. I mean, there's really no reason you have to fight them other than it's, you know, more knights you can farm to get the set. As you can see, there's these 2. There should be, yep, there's the 3rd one. So it's ultimately up to you guys. As long as they come at me separately, I'll take them out all day. Trying to fight 3 at once is a little bit overkill. So, yeah, but it's up to you. Like I said, these guys are entirely optional. There's no reason you have to fight them. There's no crazy items right here or anything you get for doing this cathedral, but you do got to go this way to grab a shortcut. We are going to run behind the cathedral, back here, to grab the Twinkling Titanite. And then after that, just drop down here. As you can see, dragon just showed up. We're going to have to fight that thing later. I'm going to go this way and open the shortcut. There you go. Now you got a shortcut. Alright. Let me see. Go to the left, black. I got the chunk. 3 Knights of the Cathedral. Thing behind it. Drop down to get the shortcut for Bonfire. Go around to the right for 1 scale, 1 Knight, and Dragon Head Great Shield. Okay, let's do that now, actually. So I'm gonna go this way. Dragons shouldn't be a concern while you're over here. Grab the Tight Knight Scale. I like kicking this guy. If you're worried about fighting him in close quarters, just either backstab or... I mean, I was trying to kick him off, because you can't do that. You know, just your boot. Give him the boot, he'll fall off. Oh, Ring Knight Armor. That's awesome. It's actually a pain in the dick to farm that, so quite nice that I got it here. Go on, get the Dragon Head Great Shield. As I mentioned, it's not as awesome as it sounds. I mean, stat-wise, it's actually pretty respectable. You know, 100 physical as well as 90 fire. But the weapon art for that, the Dragon Roar thing, it is not nearly as effective as the one the Rings Knights do. Like, I was testing it the other day on stream, and it's like the same stagger as when I miss a heavy attack and someone just falls back a little bit. Like, it doesn't throw them away. Anyway. So after that, kicks are effective, go outside. Okay, so we're going to go this way now. Now it's going to be riddle time. I think I can finish the rest of this area in this video. I should be able to, considering I got to cut out the stuff with the kiting the Iron Dragon Slayer around. So anyway, kill this guy. Now, some people are saying you have to be embered for what we're about to do. I can confirm that you do not have to be embered. I was able to pull this off without being embered. But you're going to want to use a branch, and you should turn into your humanity. Now, you got to make sure you're in the swamp when you do it. If you're like right here, it won't work. If you're in the swamp, it will work. Now, as a humanity, we're going to mosey this way. Basically, there's a puzzle here that says show your humanity, and you have to use a branch to turn into the humanity, and you're quite literally showing your humanity. So it's right over here, immediately to the right. And the ladder is going to drop right down for us. Boom. Climb up this. Quite a long ways up. Now this next area, there's going to be 2 Ring Knights as well as Adjudicator. I'd highly recommend you kill the Adjudicator first, otherwise you're going to be in for a bad time. Put up some resin, whatever you need to make sure that you nuke this guy down. And we're going to go straight for him. So stick to the right here. Go fast. You can see we were able to get in here and take him out. You know, very little to no difficulty. That was probably one of the smoother runs. Now we can go ahead and kill the knights. Rolls for days. Why are you not dead? Go ahead and kill this one as well. feel like this really shows just how ridiculous a strength build rocking a shield is in this DLC. But anyway, with them dead, we're going to run this way. And right over there is the monument we want. So we're going to descend down. Grab the large soul. A couple things here. You can get rid of any of your sins. You can get rid of curse. You can also revive a boss that we're going to kill a little bit later. But this is the statue that Lap was asking about. So now that we have found that, I'll run over this way. Get the dragon head shield. Plunge that guy. Thanks for the dung pile. And we'll run right over here and talk to Lap.
Are you certain that
Alright, and at that point we are now done Lap's quest line. Our next encounter with him will be the revelation, if you will. So at this point we're going to cross the bridge and make our way over to the dragon, but I'm going to consider that part of the shared grave video. So we're going to wrap this one up here. Either way, that's the entirety of the Ringed City streets. A couple of really good things we picked up here. Obviously we got closure to Lap's quest line. Well, not closure to it, but we got the final step done. Havel's ring +3, awesome stuff, as well as Leto's great hammer. And then we also got both dragon shields here as well, so definitely lots of interesting stuff here. But anyway, thanks for coming by, and we will catch you guys as we move on to the next part of the walkthrough, where we tackle the shared grave, and quite possibly one of the hardest bosses in all of Dark Souls history.